Both players are ready. Let's not lollygag any further. Let's count them down for game number 1. Good luck and have fun, y'all. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. We got a bar, we got a T. This is round 2 of the DAS Champions League playoffs. I'm Arbaro. On the left side of your screen, out of the Republic of Finland, NTSC BB of 1.25 million ADAS main. Winner of the round 0 match you just saw. He's Merker. And on the right side of your screen, out of the United States of America, NTSC BB of 1.34 million. She's a hybrid player. Very, very good at DAS. Oh, Merker's in some trouble. Merker doesn't get that bar over. That's it. Merker doesn't let me get through the introductions. He's going to top out at 30,000 points. And AvGeek, you're good for game number 1. GG's. DAS moment there. Both players are ready. Let's count it down for game number 2. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Merker, a very consistent player. Almost made it all the way to the kill screen in the only game that he lost against his set against Hidari just now. On the right side of your screen, hybrid player, rolling and dassing. We'll be dassing here because of the nature of the tournament. She has a PB of 1.34 million. I don't know where her DAS PB is. I need to look that up. She's AvGeek. Merker 1 on the board, make that 3. AvGeek Sorcerer second, early days. AvGeek, number 1 seed here in the tournament. Won 5 matches, drew only 1, lost 0. So great regular season from her. And as a result, got the first round bye. Merker, the 8th seed. Good season as well. 1-3, drew 1, lost 2. Merker's at 163, AvGeek 118. AvGeek up a little high, but she gets the quick taps in. Why can't I see the... Where's that? Oh, it's too low. I don't know where... Okay, well... Something going on here. I don't know why there's this block thing here. Anyway. Playing around the scene here. There we go. Well, it's looking a little janky, but whatever. 279 to 242. A little bit of a lead here for Merker. Not too far off from the halfway point to level 19. Merker doesn't quite get that squared to where he wanted it to go, but with a little bit of luck, it will only be a few burns. Nice, nice, nice. Stack is clean, just needs a few pieces to smooth it out, but they're not really coming, so this will result in a bit of a dig. AvGeek hoping to use the opportunity to catch up here. Not great pieces for her either. Unsurprising, they are the same pieces. AvGeek will score goes up to 300,000 points. Merker at 335. Lombard Centerwell. Headbang 357. So Maddie's saying, I think her DAS PB, her being AvGeeks, is like C54. That makes sense to me. Lots of players, you know, I feel like there's like there's less variation at the top level for what a DAS PB is. It feels like mostly players at this level have like a 1.2. The 1.3 is kind of like a holy grail. I think there's only a half dozen players who've gotten it. The only player who's really gotten it over and over again is Morkos. AvGeek in a bit of trouble here. Gonna get some good pieces until that Z came at least. Kind of does a little bit of a makes the Z and the S kiss. There we go. Getting it down. Oh, it said Z all the way over. Quick tapping there from AvGeek on point. Lombard Tetris, but Merker's opened up quite a bit of a lead here. 473 to 384. Does not hit that J spin. So Merker gonna have to enter a bit of a dig, but has a bit of pace to give. Doesn't want to give it, but could. And still hold the lead. AvGeek clean, trying to get set up here. Doesn't hit her S spin, so Merker gonna get clean. Lombard Tetris 503 to 410. Very good game for Merker. Hana's saying, interesting to know that Merker is one or two people with their 19 PB. One or two people with a 19 PB being overall. Yeah, 19 PB being your overall PB with DAS is a flex, I gotta say. Thank you for the online facts, Hana. Nice piece sequence from AvGeek. Got exactly what she needed. Lombard Tetris for Merker. Only 5 lines away from the transition. AvGeek only a Tetris away. AvGeek will go in 506. Merker having quite a game here. Lombard Tetris. It's 598, just shy of the 600K. And we're off and running in the first post of the set. Merker with a sizable lead. AvGeek in a little bit of trouble here. Needs a bar, needs several bars. Really, really needs a bar. Gonna get it. Split triple. Keeping herself alive. This is more survivable, but it's still nervy. Merker isn't clean either. 636 to 545. Both players level 20. Great triple for Merker. Getting that stack down. AvGeek still not out of it. It's a couple really nice pieces though. Gets that square all the way over. I think she might be okay. There we go. Very, very good dig. Knocks us a little bit, but now she is down still. Pretty sizable. Beat almost 100,000 points. Merker going to get a Tetris. 687 to 591. Merker got a Tetris into level 23. Merker popping off a little bit here. Jedi Evan chat saying, go Merker. Good to see you. Well, great place for that. Z for AvGeek won't be fatal, but she will have to start digging again. Does not have a whole lot of room here. Lombard Tetris, Merker 780, 636 for AvGeek. Just about halfway through post. Thought could happen still. And Merker definitely liking his position. Maybe not liking his board state. Opens up the well, Lombard Tetris. Still has to dig. 818 to 680. Nice few line clears from Merker. AvGeek trying to get set up. She's clean. Can't really fill out the right side. Lombard Tetris, there we go. 716 to 829, still a six-figure lead for Merker. And only adding onto it, maybe not adding onto it, but keeping the pace up, not giving AvGeek an opening. AvGeek running out of room here. Lombard Tetris for Merker into level 27 with an 879. Fantastic performance from Merker. Game number 2. Doesn't quite get that bar over. Left side might be cut off. This might be it. It gets a presses 900,000 points still alive. AvGeek set up. Needs the bar into level 28. 906 to 821. AvGeek needs the bar. Gotta get it. Merker got to top out at 906. AvGeek needs 907 to take it. Z doesn't go where she wants it to, and this could be a tall order all of a sudden. Can't get anything to the left side, can't get a bar, and bar won't rotate, that's it. Fantastic ending for that one. Merker will take game number 2, even up the set. GG's. Where's P1 games 1? Everything's just... Okay, here we go. I'm going to put you next to P2 games 1. There we go. GG's, yeah. Getting redrouted right at the end of post. Hello, Trisky. Good to see him. Also good to see you, Dragon Heart. Both players are ready. Let's count down for game number 3. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Merker keeping the pace up. Game number 2 there. Not quite giving AvGeek enough of an opening to take advantage. Clear the deficit. Let's see what happens in game number 3. Anyway, I hope Amtrak SKH resolves their problem soon. Maybe, I don't actually know how often that the trains fill up. Maybe I should know that. Maybe it's fine to not know that. 2 on the board for both players. AvGeek, bit of a spire here. I don't think that'll slow her down too much, though. No great place for that SZ. There we go. Gonna get her 3rd, gonna get her 4th. Close one here early on. Merker, slight pace advantage. 1 more Tetris on the board, 24 lines in. Looking ahead on the looking ahead on the bracket, it's actually a quarterfinal match. The winner of this one will face whoever makes it out of the bracket, including SV, Leo, and Chiller. Chiller got the bye. See how that one look forward to. That'll be the semifinal match. As we're nearing the end of the season here. And since we're nearing the end of the season, a cool thing you can do for these players is contribute to the Matcherino. That would definitely help these folks out, give them incentive to keep practicing, keep entertaining you. They put a lot of hard work into this. Throw them a few bucks. Why not? You'll still also have... No, we don't. Go look at the match arena real quick. $260 to $242. Merker holding on about less than a Tetris lead. Close one here, almost halfway to 19. $100 in there. So far, so good for both players. Morkos getting pieces to fill out his left, trying to avoid forming too much of a spire. There's a bar, there's a Tetris. 337 to 357. AvGeek actually taking the real-time lead, trading it. Shadow Evans says, I love the weird stacking for Morkos. He's getting it done. I don't know if there are significant differences in how you stack between PAL and NTSC. I know Morkos is a bit of a PAL legend. Tetris say, oh well, nothing else going on. Guess I'll watch this stupid dumb playstyle. And, you know, Tetris, Tyler Tetris. Sorry, I said your last name first. Which is Tetris. First name Tyler. You should listen because you want to hear my beautiful voice. That's why you should watch. Also, these players are good. Morkos and AvGeek, two of my favorite DAS players. 475 to 474. They're pretty much knotted up here, over 100 lines in. Anyway, Tyler, good to see you. Hope you're having a good one. Got ourselves a tight ball game, more or less. Morkos up by what, 400 points? AvGeek, gnarly spire. Can't get anything to the left. Finally just has to cram some things in, form a hole. Only one hole, though. You know, if you're going to have to form holes, one is the appropriate number of holes, desired number. And she's setting up one off the bottom. Going to take the safety triple. Shake her head because the bar was coming right afterward. But you know what? Shrug. Holding on to a real-time lead, but Morkos 8 lines in the past. AvGeek only 5 lines from the transition now. Tetris is eating chicken tender. Sorry, Tyler. I see Tetris and I want to say Tetris, but his name is Tyler. AvGeek 1 line away, 580. Great 19-game Lombard. Going to get the 600 transition. Going to tuck that square right after transitioning. Morkos only 1 line away, 613. Double 600k. Morkos goes in with a 614. And we're off and running. After some very, very good 18 play for both players. Tetris saying you can always lose all, but you know what? I want you to feel respected, Tyler. AvGeek's board a little messy here. Morkos trying to keep open. Looks like they're not getting a lot of bars at the moment. Nice flat burn from Morkos. AvGeek can't get that J over, and I think that's it. AvGeek will top out at 616. Morkos is good for game number 3. Goes up 2-1. GG's. And yeah. Morkos enjoying a nice beverage. Deck is here. Hello, Deck. Got ourselves a little bit of a party in chat. Both players are ready. Let's count them down for game number 3. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. We're going to start off with a J and a bar. Remember, this is a best of 7. So even if Morkos wins, the game set will not end. We'll have more Tetris. That is always what we want. More, more, more. You run stats on these ASP? Oh, this is a weird VO6. No, we are in the playoff round, so we don't want ties. Maybe a little high. Clean though, keeping that double well. Nice and ready. Gonna score, that's her 3rd. Morkos gonna fire back. 3 on the board for both players. Exact tie. Early days. And this playoff stage, this is actually the quarterfinal match. Believe it or not. I mean, it's not that hard to believe. AvGeek was the #1 overall seed here. Merker currently leading 2-1. No more BO9 finals. I think that's probably for the best. BO9 sounds exhausting. Merker up by a Tetris. 187 to 167. AvGeek rocking the left well here, trying to get it set up. Square's coming, she's able to get it filled out. Sets up for another. There we go. Not really wanting to take the burns to transfer it over. Finally gives in. She's in the lead. 218 to 193, and Merker's in trouble. Merker gets a bar over. He needs something to the left side. Opts on to move the T over. I think he didn't have DAS, but keeping himself alive. Oh, gets that S over. Nice quick tap. Himself alive, but needs a bar, needs something. Gets the bar all the way over to the right, but it's not going to be enough. Merker tops out at 200,000 points, and AvGeek is good for game number 4. We're tied up to a piece. GG's. Both players are ready. Let's count it down for game number 5. In 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Did the music stop? Okay. Music should have started again. Sorry, I have it on mute. I don't know if there's music or not. I checked the loop button though, so now you have the privilege of listening to the same music over and over again. Either playing getting a bar here early on. Staying clean though, staying ready. The bar finally does come. Maybe able to nab her second. So is Merker. And we're doing okay. Notes are being heard. Beautiful. Not only notes, musical notes, but notes regarding the game. Premier Restreamer, or Borrow. 3 on the board for AvGeek. Merker, a bit of a dig. 2 for him. We're early on in game number 5. Winner of this moves up to match point. Both players fishing for the right to play in the semifinals. And get a... I don't know what the distribution of the prize pool is. Maybe I should know that. It's up to $100 now. Oh, it's a pretty big split. Okay, so both players already are finishing in the money. AvGeek already got 8% for being the stage 1 winner. And we'll get 4% for, at least, for finishing 5th to 8th. And Merker will get that 4% as well, which is $4 in the moment. So AvGeek has already won $12. Congratulations to AvGeek. You can make that more than $12 by going to the Matcherino. Can I have $12? Tyler, if you want $12, I can give you $12. you want like money for donuts? I can do that. 196 from Merker, 218 for AvGeek. Ooh, nice little line spin from AvGeek. Cryptoduron SF. I have $12 too. There's the limited number of people I can give $12 to. Problem is, like, if I give it to 2 people, it becomes $24, which is like starts being more than $12. It's like a whole lunch. Yeah, if you go to a relatively inexpensive place in Seattle. Also, I live in a fairly expensive city, so my impression of what a lunch costs is probably a bit off. We're about just about halfway to 19 here. 265 to 267, both players. Close. AvGeek might have to do a little bit of digging here with like a bar. Not gonna quite come in time, but wants to fill out that chasm columns 3 and 4. I have to take some burns. Both players shaking their heads. I feel like if they both like shake their heads equally, it cancels out. Alright, bar dependency for AvGeek might turn it into a Tetris roll. It doesn't quite get the pieces for it. Just kind of getting plastered with S's and Z's at exactly the right moment. That's going to allow Merker a chance to pull out ahead just a tad, 314 to 278. AvGeek can't get out of this dig. Bar's going to help. Sure, you can get a shawarma for less than $12. You can get some stuff for less than $12. I'll have to check prices. You can get a burrito from Taco Del Mar for less than $12. I think they're like $10.75 or something like that. They're not very good, but they're cheap, and you know, Merker almost 100,000 point lead. This is AvGeek getting out her dig here. RJ was mean to her. Oh, a very dirty setup. Merker gonna get it. Can't believe it. There's another Tetris. That is a bail if I ever saw one. 438 to 322. This is the second one he's got in this game. Yeah, I feel like I've been looking at AvGeek just because she's been in more situations, but no. I'm glad I caught that one. Over 100 lines in, 443 to 348. Same height. This just wasn't a perpetual transfer. Shoskai pointing out the prosody of what I was saying, I think. I'm going to start talking in iambic pentameter. Then a Tetris scored by AvGeek. She is now at 4 and 63. Both players are into 19. 585 and 4 to 487. Both players clean Lombard Tetris for AvGeek. You're going to get that SLA over. The jazz control on 19 is so impressive. Merker, left side, looking a little iffy. Does have the well open. Doesn't get that S rotated. Or maybe that was intentional. Keeps the well open, but needs a bar. AvGeek not looking great either. AvGeek can't get that square over. Gonna get the Tetris. Merker gonna top out at 593, but AvGeek needs to stay alive. 548 is her current score. Not gonna be able to get that square over. And that'll be it. Merker is good for game number 5. GG's. AvGeek, let's not. You gotta believe in yourself. I believe in you. Alrighty, both players are ready. Let's count it down for game number 6 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. They're off. I haven't repeat that. No players won on the board here early on, not a lot of bars. Mercury will have to block the well. A few burns required. AvGeek keeping herself clean. Finally gets the bar for the Tetris. 2 on the board for her. Mercury trying to get cleaned up and get his second. We'll do so. These players would like a few more bars if that's, you know, possible. Maybe geek up high. Gonna get the well reopen. I think there's been like 3 bars all game. Maybe geek scored with all of them. 86 to 66. Not for one to trying. What is this drought? Bar finally comes. Both players score. My goodness, good job keeping themselves alive. That was a gnarly drought. 113 to 133. Workers like, where are the bars? What's going on here? Sorry. What's the deal with airplane food? Here's the thing, like, I feel like you can tell, like, the whole what's the deal with airplane food is from a previous era. Because it's like assuming that airplanes have food. Oh my goodness. Mercury is in some trouble. It's a bar over. So far, so good getting out of this. Good little dig there from Mercury. Lombard Tetris. 170 to 207. Almost halfway to 19. AvGeek up by a couple. So it's so plain. Wow, Tyler, that's great. I know why they don't do it. It's for like allergy reasons. It was AvGeek. So this little dig, nice. Does need a bar, has a dependency. It's not coming, because of course it isn't. It's this game. There we go. She gets the dirty. Her turn to... Not quite as gnarly, not quite as dire of a situation, but you know, she got it. She got the dirty Tetris. She's good. Oh, missed when they gave you peanuts, because peanuts are like such a good snack. I don't like the fact that everyone's allergic to peanuts. I feel like people should stop being allergic to peanuts. I don't know. Just try harder. Just kidding. 264 to 305. They should have... Okay. The real question is, what's the deal with airport food, right? Maddie says, 2 of my 3 nephews are allergic to peanuts, and having to not eat anything with them is, like, so tragic. Yeah, I know, right? Like, I kind of just survive on peanut butter and banana sandwiches, which are, like, both, like, pretty common allergens. I just, you know, can't imagine life without them. Over 100 lines in, 421 to 341. Then again, there are a lot of things I can't eat, and I'm like a vegetarian, can't have spicy things and whatnot. So, you know, that's life. Ooh, nice tuck for AvGeek, but she's very, very high. He said, she's not going to get it. AvGeek tops out at 423. Merker, you need 424 to take it. 424. There's a bar that's going to get him a good chunk of the way there. He needs a Tetris and some change. There's the Tetris. Looking for one more. Let's just line this out. He'll go for it. He wants to do it in style, and he's going to do so. Tetris is into 2019 with a 442. And Merker's going to be good for game number 5. Takes the set and moves on to the semifinals. GG's. Watch him mulling this one out. Takes the victory lap. One bar Tetris. And just gnarly. Just very stack out a little too high for AvGeek to be able to nail it down. You kind of understand the temptation, you know, such a high-level match, it's an important match. Merker is a great player. Even when he's having to rely on stupid setups. But, you know, anyway, well-deserved for Merker. AvGeek had a fantastic season. Oh, Merker gets that J over. This might be it, though. Yeah, that's it. Merker gonna take game number 6. He's going to advance to the semis. He's gonna win, or he will play the winner of SV, Leo, and Chiller. So look forward to that. And that's it from me. Thanks everyone for stopping by. I appreciate y'all. Had a good time. Hope you did too. Let's find someone to raid.